Okay, so we just got done reading this book, Dog Tags Strays, right? In the book, it talks about Ajax and his handler Chuck, right? And it's set during the Vietnam War. So, a couple of the words that we found in this book that we didn't know yet were smirk, cluster, and waste, right?
Yeah.
So, to smirk, what do you think that means? Do you have an idea? Jordan, what do you think?
You think a bad smile?
Yeah, it's like when someone gives an insincere smile, they kind of look at you with a funny face, right? Like, huh, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. So let's say it out loud. Can we say smirk on three? One, two, three.
Smart.
Smirk. So, how can we use that word in a sentence? Who wants to try it? You want to try it, Luke?
Trying to think of one.
Yeah. Take your time. Think about it. What did we say the definition was? When they give like a bad smile or an insincere smile, right? So how could you use that in a sentence? If someone looked at you funny, what would you say? And how could you use smirk in that sentence?
I smirk at the president.
You smirk at the president. All right, that can work. All right, so one last time. Let's say smirk. One, two, three.
Smirk.
Smirk. Okay, the next word is cluster. So when we think of cluster, what do we think of? We think of like a big group of something, right? Like a cluster of bananas, or in this case, a cluster of military soldiers, right? Or dogs that were in the book. So let's say it out loud. One, two, three.
Cluster.
Cluster, right? So, what do we say cluster was?
A big group of things.
Yeah, a group of things. Jordan, do you want to try to use cluster in a sentence? Just think about it. How would we use cluster in a sentence? We said it's a group of something or a lot of something, right?
Right. I don't know.
Let's say, what would you call a big group of bananas?
Cluster.
Yeah. So, how could you use that in a sentence? What do monkeys like?
Bananas.
Yeah. So, let's try to combine the monkeys and the bananas and use cluster.
Mhm.
Do you think you can do that?
Mhm.
All right, give it a shot.
Monkeys like bananas.
Monkeys like what kind of bananas? Clusters of bananas, right?
Clusters.
So, let's say, try it again.
Monkeys like clustered bananas.
Yeah, there you go. Monkeys like clusters of bananas. All right, so one more time. Let's say cluster.
Cluster.
3, 2, 1.
Cluster.
Cluster, Luke. What were we working on? What word? Cluster, right? Okay, the last word is waste. Okay, waste. Have we heard that before? We have? Okay, so how can we describe waste? Well, waste is to use something carelessly, right? So, what I can remember from being little is my mom always telling me not to waste my food, right? So let's say it out loud. 3, 2, 1.
Waste.
Waste. Okay. So, Luke, how would you use waste in a sentence? So I said my mom told me not to waste my food. What's something that somebody could have told you not to waste?
Welding rods.
Yeah, so how do you use that in a sentence? Try to combine the two. So you don't like to waste welding rods, right? So just combine all of that in a sentence. I can see it's on the tip of your tongue, isn't it? So, let's see. You don't like to waste welding rods, so what could you say? What about, I don't like to waste welding rods? Would that work? Yeah, so base it off that sentence. Try it yourself. What about, it's not good to waste welding rods? Would that work? Alright. So what are you not doing in that? You don't like to waste it, right? And that's the word we're learning. So one more time. What was the word we learned? Waste.
Waste.
Right? What are the other two? Jordan, do you remember one of them? Cluster
Cluster.
and smirk.
Smirk.
Right? Alright, good job, guys.